Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm live, guys. I'm live. Can you guys believe it? Oh, that's like, what's that so off? What the hell? Oh, that's why. Hold up. 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 I'm still here. I just gotta like flip. There we go. There we go. Let me just move that a little that way. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then I can zoom a bit. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm live. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. There we go. That should be okay. Yeah, that's way better. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Happy MtF Monday. Wow. Can you guys believe it? Can you guys believe it? MtF Monday. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. I made that private. Oops. I meant to make that public. Oh, wait. No, it is public. What did I? There we go. Save changes. Okay. Woohoo. Yippee. How are we feeling today? Thank you for the finger hearts. Thank you for the finger hearts, Seth. The 5 finger hearts. Very poggers. Your stream being a sandwich in my FYP, being sandwiched by my FYP. Yeah. Call that a Pappy sandwich. That sounds like a good sandwich that I would want to eat. That seems like a good sandwich. I don't know why you're complaining. That sounds like, yeah, you watched my videos and now you're watching my stream. Like, I don't know how your day could get much better. Pappy, your fly is down. You're right. Okay, thank you for that, chatter. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. I did not realize that. HRT stands for ham, radish, and tomatoes. You right. Yeah. But welcome in, everybody. How are we doing today? Are we doing good, bad, awesome? Actually, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, there's no such thing as doing bad. In a Pappy the First stream, everything is great. Everything is awesome. There's nothing to complain about. Everything is going great. Okay, that is actually true. I did have a pretty good day today. Oh my god. But I went to the grocery store today. Okay? I was brave. I braved the rain. I braved the rain, the downpour. Okay? I braved the rain today. You guys don't know how big of a deal that is. The rain, very difficult. Very hard. Here it is Tuesday. It's Monday. MTF Monday, my favorite day. Yeah. You know, it's MTF Monday, Transgender Tuesday, Woke Wednesday, Trans Thursday, Femboy Friday, Sissy Saturday, Sex Sunday. Yeah, that's like hello from Ireland. Welcome in, first time chatter. Welcome in, Dylan from Ireland. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Pappy the First. I'm a content creator. I'm woke, gay, epic, transgender, evil, woke, gay, transgender, epic, and evil, all in that order. So, welcome in. I hope you guys are all having a good. Okay, but okay, I braved the rain today. I was brave, very brave soul. Okay, I braved the rain. I went to the grocery store. It was downpouring. Okay, and of course I got a lot of groceries because I was out of like a lot of things that I needed, like a lot of like stuff that I needed, and so I had to get some extra paper bags because it was raining. My paper bags got wet, so I had to like, instead of doing one, like run from my car with the groceries like back up to my apartment, I had to do 2 runs. What a horrible experience. It was tragic. Tragedy, honestly. Yeah. Um, I bet you went to the liberal store where they sell vegan meats, woke tampons, kitty litter, and electric. You're right, I did. Also, thank you, Dillon, for the follow. Okay, that was very cool, very poggers. Um, can you do a spell to make me, huh? Uh, Mead Charlie Kirk on here. Uh-huh. What? Uh, yeah. Yeah. The type of tragedy Shakespeare writes about. Yeah. Honestly, if Shakespeare was alive in our day, our modern age today, okay, he would make a story about getting groceries, okay? You go and get groceries and it's raining and they only give you paper bags because you live in California where they only have paper bags now. And those paper bags fall apart because they get all wet. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, that's pretty much like what happened to me today. Tragedy, okay? Literally, one of the bags was kind of okay, okay? Why Americans always use paper bags. I mean, I have like 2 reusable bags that I used, okay? But, but the paper bags, I had like 1 extra bag of groceries, and one of them like rip. It was so sad. It was so sad. What do you want by transitioning? Well, I guess by transitioning, I transitioned so I could feel more comfortable in my body, and I feel more comfortable in my body. Um, so yeah, and I feel like I can present and go about my life in a way that I feel closer to, like, I feel like I'm not faking who I am. Yeah. I'm gonna scroll, but I had to say you're so pretty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just grabbed everything and hugged them all. Also, by the way, guys, if you want the higher quality stream, I'm also live on Twitch. Link is in the bio. My cousin is also MTF trans. Dang. We had a someone in here yesterday who was talking about how they have a trans sibling. Some of y'all got the trans genes in your family, okay? I'm the only trans person in my family, at least that I know of. For now, that could change. That could change at any time. You never know. You never know. It's not a gene. Yeah, I know. I know it's not a gene. I know it has to deal with probably exposure to hormones in the womb, um, and brain formation and brain tissue. Okay. It's psychological. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they've done studies on trans people's brains, and it shows after study that even before HRT, trans people's brains, their like brain chemistry align and like brain makeup aligns with that of the cisgender counterparts that their gender aligns with. It's very interesting stuff. I would suggest you read the science. Um, yeah. But you look amazing. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, it's psychological. That's what I'm saying. It's in the brain. It's fundamentally how the brain is formed. It's no different from being neurodivergent in, or I guess having like a genetic, like something like bipolar or something. Um, but it's not physical, is what I'm saying. But the brain matter is that of what aligns with their gender. Hi Zoe, I hope you're doing well today. I am Ash. I am doing well today. The brain is physical. Yes, that is true. Also too, there's plenty of studies that yeah, like you don't have a woman's brain. That's literally what the science says. You can look at the peer-reviewed literature where they've done CAT scans. like you can look it up. Are you Unk? Yeah, I'm Unk and I'm Chopped. Yeah, Unk and Chopped. Also, guys, I'm also live on Twitch. Link is in the bio. You know, that's the higher quality stream. TED Talk Day. It is a TED Talk Day. I will be talking about HRT today. Oh wow! Wow. Okay, peer reviewer. Bro, you're just mad because your opinions don't align with what science say, so. I say that he's probably gonna come back with like sixth grade biology. Okay, bro. I'm talking about collegiate. I'm talking about master's degree bio. I'm talking about PhD biology here. Okay. Um, what kind of bird is on your mug? It is a toucan. It's a toucan. There's one there. Toucan. It's kind of faded. Every single time I wash it, I wash it. Um, yeah. Since you're like white, is it white? Huh? What are you? Huh? Enjoy the stream. I hope people learn something. Oh, they will learn. They will learn, Nizkit. They will learn. I will. You guys educated tonight. Educated. You're gonna get educated tonight. Um. Yeah. Uh. What's up, Pappy? Welcome in. Welcome in. Um, yeah. Uh, win, win a backflip. I cannot do a backflip. So yeah, I can't do a backflip. So yeah. Do you meet straight men or gay men? Um, I usually like if I date men, they're usually straight or bisexual. I prefer dating bisexual men because they aren't usually like as like afraid of the stigma of dating a trans woman that sometimes straight guys have. But right now, I'm not really dating. But welcome in Zawambi. I like that name. It makes it sound like when someone says your name like they're a zombie. Um, yeah. By the way, you look amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Homophobes are just like Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Isn't their science isn't a science either, but that doesn't stop them from being homophobic. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, guys, it's Adam, Eve, and Steve. Okay, they were in a polycule. Okay, Eve ate the apple because she was jealous because Adam was spending more time with Steve and not allocating time in the polycule. Everyone knows this story from the Bible. Like it's Adam, Eve, and Steve. Like, come on, guys, you don't know that? You guys clearly don't read the Bible like I do. Like, look, I get it. I get it. I get it. You know. Like trust. I get it. Hey girl, welcome in, Wade. Welcome. Um, OMG girl, I love your hair. Thank you. I washed it today. Wow. I washed it, I blow dried it, and then I went to the grocery store where I proceeded to dump buckets on my hair. So then I got home from the grocery store, soaked, wet, sopping, like a mop. Okay, I had to blow dry my hair a second time. I was like, what the heck? What the heck? Um, yeah. Have an amazing night. You too. You too. You too. Um. Uh. Yeah. So that's kind of how my day's gone. I also took like a nap today. I took like an hour long nap today. Okay, that was pretty fire. And it was like one of those great naps where the rain was outside, like hitting the window. It was like, oh, ooh. You know when the rain is falling and it just makes that sound and you're like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um yeah. Got any new jokes? Jokes? I hardly know her. Yeah. Hardly know her. Yeah. Is she a grower? Hmm. Makes you wonder. I also took an hour long nap. We're nap buddies. Yeah, yeah. Fist bump it, boom. Yeah. Look, I'm pretty good in bed. Okay, I'm pretty good in bed. I can take a pretty good nap. Okay, I'm a napper. Okay, I nap morning till dawn, and then I go to sleep dawn till dusk, or dusk till dawn. But then I nap from dawn till dusk. Maybe I should get that checked out. I don't nap that much. I don't know. This week though, I've been napping. I don't know what it is about this week. Like I don't know. Some weeks I'm like I'm in a napping mood. I'm just gonna nap. I'm gonna take a nap. I've taken a nap like every single day this week, and it's kind of been great because then I take a nap and then I'm like all energized to get on stream, and it's awesome. Um, are you gonna take HRT for the rest of your life, or will you eventually stop? Well, I'll probably be taking it for the rest of my life. Um, so yeah. Um, Have you been having dreams about me? I have not had any dreams lately. So I haven't been dreaming about you. Yeah. Uh, to me, you look good and you make good coffee. And you make coffee. That's a deal breaker. Huh? Okay. I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm not. I don't like coffee. I got tea. I got tea. I don't know if you guys can tell. I got some matcha. She's got the matcha. Oh, Claudia, the femboy kitten. Welcome in, first time chatter. Welcome in. Oh my god, that's pretty awesome. What does HRT do? I'm new to this stream. HRT stands for hormone replacement therapy, and it's what trans people to take they take hormones to better align with their gender. So yeah. Also thank you cloud. It's like a cloud emoji kind of for the rose, okay? Have you had FFS? I have not. I have not had any trans related surgeries. In fact, the only surgery that I've ever had is getting my wisdom teeth removed. I don't plan on getting FFS. I don't know. I already look good. I already got a lethal face card, so yeah. Also, too, it's expensive. FFS is not cheap. That shit's not cheap. I'm also like hot, so yeah, you already slay. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. Genuinely thought you were gonna make fun of my username. Why would I make fun of your username? I'm an ally to femboys. Okay, I support femboys. Okay, because maybe one day they will be trans women. Okay. But either way, they still enjoy my content. They still enjoy my content, okay? Femboys are a pillar of my community, okay? Very many femboys in my community, okay? Not to brag or anything, Guess I'm just like collecting all the femboys. You slay now, but what about your long term goals? What do you mean? Like, yeah, I'll age. That's kind of normal. So, I'm bi and you're the cutest girl I've ever seen. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I do look in the mirror and go, wow, I am the cutest girl I've ever seen. Yeah, that sounds narcissistic. Yeah, because it is. Because it is. Femboys are goated. What if femboys were goats? Question mark? Question mark. Goats? Femboys? Goated femboys, okay? Everyone's like a cat femboy or like what if there was a goat femboy? You know? Like, hear me out. Then they could say they're goated. Um, yeah. I mean, you should look in the mirror and love what yourself and love what you see. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. Femboys run the world. I wish the femboy omegas ran the world, okay? The world would be a way better place if it was run by femboy omegas who get impreg all the time and instead of the CEO alphas, you know, I've been reading too much yaoi. I've been reading too much yaoi, you guys. Also, thank you, Alexander Mester, for the heart me. Very cool. Ricky asked, "Can you drive stick shift?" I can. I can. I drove stick shift for about 8 years. Yeah, I love drive. Yeah, I love driving stick shift. Um, I love driving stick shift. Driving stick shift is great until you have to drive in stop and go traffic. Driving stick shift is so much fun, but when you're in stop and go traffic, it's the worst thing ever. It is. It is so annoying. Sometimes I go to just like deserted because my car you can like shift it into automatic or like manual mode. My car's not stick. My car's automatic, but I can shift it into manual. Like you just have to shift it over and you just shift up and down to like change the gear. But it's not the same. It's not the same as like shifting like up into first gear and like back into second and then like up into third and back and forth. Like I don't know, just like shifting gears, especially like when you're at a red light. When you're at a red light and it's like 12 in the morning, okay, nobody's on the roads. Okay, you're at a red light all by yourself, and you just you're just like waiting to shift it. Oh my god, that's so much fun. Oh my god, getting onto the freeway with a manual. Oh yeah, baby. Shifting it from like first to fifth. Ooh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Yeah, I just yeah, I live in California where there's a lot of traffic. So even though I like driving a manual, I wouldn't want to own one here just because traffic here would be. It's kind of unbearable to drive a like manual transmission car in traffic. Uh, what color are your eyes? They are green. You are right. Wow. Yeah, I have green eyes. Which I kind of think it's interesting because I have green eyes, but my mom and dad don't have green eyes, but my grandma does. So it like my sister also has green eyes, so it like skipped a generation, which is kind of interesting. Why is literally everyone I meet here from California or Florida? I don't know. Sometimes I know the For You page likes to push people that are like content creators that are local to your area, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. Welcome in first time chatter. JJ the Bear, you see sup seems chill. Yeah, this stream is pretty chill. Epic, woke, gay, transgender, epic, and Fortnite Battle Pass. So welcome in first time chatter. Um, Also, hello from South Africa. LOL. Hello. Hello. Hello from Madagascar. Oh my God, we got so many people from the African continent in here. God dang. bro with the impreg emoji. I love the impreg emoji. I use the impreg emoji all the time. I think it's so funny. Also, Scarlet Standard, welcome in, first time chatter. Welcome in. Pog? Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I am. I'm kind of poggers. Michigan. Michigan. Yeah. Michigan's a cool state. I like Michigan. They got the Great Lakes. Yeah. UP or LP if you're from Michigan. I love your humor. Yeah. It is pretty funny. It is pretty funny. Uh from you're from Quebec. Wow. Albuquerque? Albuquerque. Bro, that's where Breaking Bad is. Breaking Bad takes place in Albuquerque. Bro, I know Albuquerque. Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. Albuquerque. Lower Peninsula, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. Um, they got bipolar weather in the lower peninsula, closer to Ohio. Yeah, I would never want to live in Ohio or close to Ohio or be anywhere near Ohio for that matter. Yeah. One day Ohio will expand. It will expand and take over all the other states. A very scary prospect. In Quebec, has me here. They call it the New Alliance. Interesting. I know nothing about Canadian politics. Um, so I do not. I do not. Thoughts on the MJ controversy? What MJ Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson been gone for a long time. I don't know what controversy Michael Jackson in. Who is Breaking Bad and why are they Walter White? You know what they call? You know they call him Walter White because like that scene where he's in his underwear because he's in tidy whities. It's why he's called Walter White. Everything about that? Anything about that? What country do you want to visit most right now? I really want to go to Thailand or Germany. So I want to go to. I'm not gonna lie. I want to go to Thailand so bad. I want to go to Thailand so bad. I just want to eat Thai food. I just want to eat Thai food and hang out with the trans women in Thailand. Hang out with my people from another country. Team Edward or Team Jacob? I'm I'm Team Alice. I'm Team Alice. I think Twilight would have been way better if it was Alice instead. I think Alice would have been a way better lover. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Visit Hamburg. I really want to go to Berlin. Um, yeah, that's like the main because I've been to Munich, but I really want to go to Berlin. Um, yeah. Michael Jordan contra. What did Michael Jordan do? I did not. I did not hear about this. I did not hear about the new Michael Jordan controversy. Like the basketball player. Um, can I tell my roommate we're friends? I don't know you, so I don't know what you would tell your roommate. Um, my stupid thought. Y'all was talking about Mary Jane cheating on Spider-Man. Yeah, I thought you were talking about Michael Jackson when you said MJ. Like when someone says MJ, I go Michael Jackson. Do you wear Jordans? No. Uh, I do not. Most of my shoes are Adidas. Yeah, I have like. Well, I only have like 6 pairs of shoes, so and 1/3 of them are Adidas. So yeah. Hi, beautiful. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Live streaming. There's also really cool castles. Yes, yes. Um, yeah. Uh, do they have good hamburgers in Hamburg? Because I know like obviously German immigrants came over to America and they were from the area of Hamburg and hence why it's called a hamburger. But like Does Hamburg, Germany have good hamburgers? I feel like I'd be disappointed if they didn't. Um, Bad time to be mildly interested in basketball. That's what my mod was saying. That's what Drippy Cat was saying. But I'm like, I have no clue about the basketball drama. I have genuinely no clue. I don't know what people are talking about. Um, like yeah, yeah. I just like I don't know what kind of like basketball drama there's going. What basketball? Pappy, I miss your server. My Discord server. Well, it still exists. I'm jealous of your nasal structure. That's interesting. I've had people tell me they're jealous of many things uh, on me, but nasal structure, that is a first. That is a first. Uh, yeah. Fortnite Friday. It's not Friday though. It's Monday. It's Monday. Michael Jordan owned the car who won the Daytona 500 yesterday. Michael Jordan. That's cool. That's cool. Good for him. I know nothing about like car racing. My dad's into F1, but he always talking about F1 and like all these racers. I'm just like they kind of just go fast in car. Like I don't know, F1's kind of like boring. Like F1 and NASCAR are kind of boring to watch. But like drift racing and like rally racing, I'm like, okay, those are kind of cool. Those are kind of cool. Welcome in, Real Talk. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, girl, I love your content. Thank you. Wow. I like when people say that they like my content. That's good. I big fan, big fan of when people say that. Do you speed or drive the speed limit? I usually go like probably like five. Depends what I'm driving. If I'm driving on like a surface street, I go the speed limit. But if I'm driving on like the interstate or like highway, I'm going like maybe like 5 miles over. I'm calling the police. Don't call the police. Don't do that. Went out to another LGBTQ meeting. Very cool. Very cool. Was it gay? I hope it was. Also, if you guys don't know, I'm also live on twitch.tv. Okay, link is in my bio if you want to go watch the better quality, higher quality, more epic, awesome stream. I just yeah. Um, are you obsessed with working out too? I mean, I work out, but I work out to some extent every day, but am I like crazy about working out? Like, no, I don't go to the gym. Um, Most of the workouts I do, like I skate usually about like 2 to 3 times a week. And usually I skate for like 2 to 3 hours. So I probably like 6 to 9 hours of cardio in a week. And then on days that I don't skate, I do like some stretches, and some minor like body workouts. Like I do sit ups and planks, and just like other basic stuff like that. Um, yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. You're an athlete? Yeah, I guess. 6 pack or 8 pack? I don't know. Sometimes I have a 6 pack, but it's not like cuz I necessarily want or try to get a 6 pack. It's more so cuz my body never puts on any body fat. um yeah. Do you take it as do do take it as a champ? That's a confusing way to word that. I don't know what you're trying to word there. But yeah, yeah. But you should do modeling. Yeah, for me, it's like sure I have the looks for modeling, but for me, I've had a lot of body image issues in the past, and I don't feel like being in an industry that's all about your body like image would be the best for my mental health. So that's why I choose to stay away from things like modeling. And also thank you, EOS, for the paper crane. That was very epic. Very Fortnite. Blue Steel or Magnum? Ooh, Zoolander. I definitely think Magnum is like the classic. Obviously, Magnum's a classic look, okay? But Blue Steel stops things dead in its track. Like, Blue Steel is the better look, but Magnum is the better known look. Like Blue Steel just isn't on par with like like Blue Steel has like the capture, the appeal, but Magnum really is like the classic. It's just like, oh my god, I did it. Holy god. Holy moly, put me on the runway. Holy moly. Oh my god. Watch this, guys. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm like Zoolander. Why is your voice so low? Because I have because I have a cock and ball. Because I wasn't always a girl. We'll say that. We'll go with that. But welcome in, first time chatter. Welcome in, Deltoid. OMG, you just destroyed Zoolander. Yeah, I'm gonna take Zoolander's place. How tall are you? I'm 7 foot 9 inches. People will say, "Oh, that's fake. You're not 7 foot 9." I am. I am. How are you gonna prove it? How are you gonna prove it? You're not. You're not gonna disprove it because I am 7 foot 8. Um, you look like Bethany, and your youth pastors has been crushing. You look like a Bethany. Oh my God, Bethany, Bethany from Girl Defined. Bethany, do you guys remember Girl Defined when, like, in 2017, 2018, when everyone was making fun of them? Bro, I kind of feel bad for them because, like, okay, they were like whatever, like religious, like extremists, but like, like that's how they grew up sometimes. But I think Bethany is deconstruct. I think she deconstructed. Also, thank you for the finger hearts. Thank you for the finger hearts. I feel like you'd hate me if I told you I adored Trump. I wouldn't hate you. I just wouldn't like you. No, I don't know. I don't have it. Like, I don't. I think it depends on why people voted for Trump. Because I feel like if you voted for Trump, you're either dumb or you're evil. Okay? Okay? And being dumb, you can change that. You can change that. Being evil, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I do think, though, I do have more respect, though, for people that voted for Trump than the people that didn't vote at all. If you didn't vote for anyone in the presidential election, I really hate you, okay? If you sat on the fence, okay, I don't like you, okay? At least Trump voters actually voted for something. At least they said, okay, maybe he'll make a change, which obviously he's made a change for the worse, but like, um, yeah. I'm dumb and evil and didn't vote for that motherfucker. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Was he in the files or not? Bro, we've seen the photos with him. We know how he talks about women. I don't think I kind of find it surprising that people are like, he's not in the files. Bro, have you not heard how he talks about women and young girls in particular? No, I think we know the answer to that. I think we know the answer to that. Yeah. Uh, you're right. I hate him too. I just wanted a better economy. Yeah. And I think the issue was too, like, Kamala Harris, her plan was, oh, let's just do what we're doing when a lot of Americans were not feeling good about the economy already. And I feel like, sure, the economy would have been bad under Kamala, but I feel like it's a lot worse under Trump. because Trump has taken actual steps to make it worse. Do you live in Florida? Ugh, yikes. No, thank you. Ethel Kane. Okay, not every trans woman is Ethel Kane. Okay, okay. Yeah. I also think, like, too, with the elections, like, there were no Democratic primaries. So I think the Democrats kind of like kicked themselves in the foot by not having primaries. Like, that was just dumb. They were like, guys, Biden's perfectly, totally, he's totally in good shape to run. Dog couldn't even form a sentence. Like, what are we talking about? I mean, Trump can't form sentences either, but yeah. Um, yeah. Trump is destroying the economy, and the U.S. will be doing with the fallout for a long time after this. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Democrats have won every presidential election since Trump's been president. That's not true though. He won in 2016 and he won in 2024. I kind of hate the blue and on. Guys, they stole the election. No, I think y'all just underestimated how bad people were feeling, and how hateful people can be. I think y'all just like misread the room a little bit. Yeah, we need to keep pushing back against the hateful rhetoric. Yeah, and I feel like, yeah, like obviously he's not good, but obviously, even though he's only been in office for a year, and even though he's done awful things, he's faced a lot of pushback from the courts, from everyday people, protesting. Like, yeah, and we just have to keep that up. Politics suck. Are you big spoon or little spoon? With your dad, I'm little spoon. With your mom, I'm big spoon. Um, uh, yeah, but that's my thoughts. Sorry to get political. Yeah, not me getting political. Make sucking I don't know what that means. I literally don't. Oh my god. Yeah. Bro, I hate when people come into chat and they spam the message. Like they spam one message. It's like, oh my god, say something else. Like, did it ever occur to you there's maybe a reason I'm not reading your message? um, and yeah. But, all right. TikTok, very important, very big news, very awesome. TikTok, I'm going to be switching over to Twitch. Okay, I'm gonna be talking about HRT tonight on my Twitch channel. So if you want to watch me talk about HRT or have questions about HRT, okay, go to the link in my description for my Twitch. And I will continue to be live over there, but I'm ending the TikTok stream now. So bye bye. Go over to my Twitch, link in bio. Otherwise, you will explode. You will explode. Okay, wow. Oh my god, guys. Can you guys believe it? Guess how much money I made? Oh my god, look at that. Holy shit, guys. Holy moly. Oh my god. 72 cents, guys. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. I'm rich, dude. I'm rolling in it. I'm rolling in it. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry I got so much money from TikTok. Yeah. Yeah. But, well, oh, there's an ad break right now. That's rough for you guys. That's rough. That's rough. That's so sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Yeah. So sorry. So sorry you guys have to deal with an ad break. Okay, before I get into the conversation about the H to the R to the T, I am going to go use the restroom. I have to pee. So I'm putting the bird in charge. You guys know the drill. Got hit with the Kalshi ad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You should have bet on that. You should have put that on the predict. You should have gone to prediction market. Do you stand to pee? No. No. Yeah, guys. Watch the bird. Bird's in charge while I use the restroom. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be back in like one moment, and then we'll talk about HRT. All right, gamers. Guess who's back from peeing? Oh my god, the bird moving out the way. The bird's moving out the way so I can move up in the world. Wow. Wow, I need to readjust this. Sorry, guys. Sorry. What the fuck is this like? Come on. Oh, it's stuck on that. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, it's stuck. There we go. Oh, you guys can't see that. Awesome. Oh, wait, can you? Oh, no, you can't. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Bobby Fundager for the follow. Okay, that was very awesome. Do you think she likes me? The bird? I don't know. She's kind of picky. Oh my god. Why is my hair messed up? I went to the bathroom and my hair got messed up. Look, it was a rough pee in there. I was fighting for my life. Almost died, okay? But I survived. I braved the bathroom. I didn't know if I was gonna make it out. But I made it out. Okay, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Okay, got everything set up. Okay, so what are we talking about today? We're gonna be talking about HR to the T. Okay, why did I do that? Okay, that was. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna restart that. You know what we're talking about today, guys? You know what we're gonna talk about today? HRT. Woohoo! Yippee! I've been getting a lot of requests to do this one. Okay, if you don't know who I am, I'm Pappy the First. I'm an epic, evil, epic, transgender, gay, evil, epic, and transgender, epic, gay content creator. And today I'm making a video on HRT and everything you should know about HRT if you are a trans woman. Wow, just started today. Any tips? Well, this video gonna be perfect for you. like like HRT. Like you started HRT today? Holy moly! Congratulations, chatter. Congratulations. Uh, yeah, yeah. So HRT. All right. Been getting a lot of requests for this one. Finally doing it. Finally doing it. I've been talking about a lot of different things about HRT, how to get it, how it works, um, what different medications there are, um, talk about the risk, all that different stuff, all that good stuff. So I think before we even get into HRT, you need to understand how hormones and HRT to an extent work. HRT is pretty much, or not HRT, but hormones are pretty much, they pretty much tell their hormones are pretty much chemicals in your body that usually travel through your bloodstream, that tell your body like what genes to express, or what kind of things to act on. They pretty much tell your like cells on a cellular level what to do. So obviously there's multiple different hormones. Most hormones are like both men and women have. But in terms of HRT, or I guess in terms of like hormones that are related to your sex, those are testosterone and estrogen. Obviously, if you're taking estrogen, oh my god, obviously, if you're taking HRT as a trans woman, you're going to be taking estrogen, and probably a testosterone blocker. And pretty much when you take HRT, when you take a different hormone, your brain pretty much recognizes the hormone because your brain already has like an X chromosome, so it already knows what to do and how to process estrogen. And it pretty much tells your brain, "Hey, start using this instead of the boy one. Start using this instead of the boy one." I was hoping to start HRT a few days ago, but the patches are back ordered. Ooh, that's rough. I might ask my doctor if she can prescribe me the pills instead of patches. Yeah, that sucks. Hope you get your HRT. Um, but that's basically the basics of HRT. Obviously, I'm not a chemist or a biologist or a doctor, so I just know the basics, okay? If you wanted to get really into the nerdy stuff of like how hormones work and how all that stuff works, I'm sure you could find plenty of resources online. Is there an estrogen blocker for trans men? Testosterone is a stronger hormone. So testosterone tends to suppress estrogen more than like the other way around. That's why usually trans women have to take a testosterone blocker, because otherwise the estrogen alone doesn't suppress all the testosterone. Like if you were to just start taking hormones and you were to just only take estrogen, it would suppress your testosterone, but it wouldn't suppress it enough. So usually the like testosterone blocker is to get you in line with that range. Obviously, some trans women they take estrogen and it suppresses their testosterone enough. So some trans women don't need testosterone blockers. It just depends. And I'm gonna preface this before we even get into talking about the medication, the risk. Monotherapy can also work, but it's slower. Yes. Okay. Before we even talk about HRT, okay, get your blood work done. If you are on HRT or planning to get on HRT or do anything related to HRT, Get your blood work done on a regular basis, okay? Because hormones control everything in your body and how it functions, okay? If your hormones are too low or too high, it can mess a lot of things up and cause a lot of problems, okay? So you should be getting your blood work done on the regular. Um, I know going to the doctor can be expensive, and getting your blood work done can be stressful because they stick a big ass needle in your vein and they draw blood. I watched the blood. Is that normal, guys? um, but yeah, uh, get your blood work done. It is so important. It is so important. Okay, even if you're DIYing, get your blood work done because you want to make sure you're in the correct ranges. Every 3 months for blood work seems to be the average consensus. Um, so it kind of is different. So your first year of your transition that you start hormones, it should be every 3 months. Because when you're first starting out on hormones, you're trying to figure out the dosage that'll get you into like the correct range for your testosterone and estrogen levels. But once you kind of reach your like a good level for your testosterone and estrogen levels, it should be about every 6 months to every year that you're getting your blood work done. Because like I've been on hormones for almost 5 years, and I get my blood work done roughly every 6 months. Um, it's just simply because I've like gotten to a point where we found the dosage that works for me. Um, so yeah. All right. All right. So I think before you even take HRT, if you have the resources available to you, go see a therapist and go see a psychologist. Um, this is just, I recommend it because I think it's just good to work through things mentally. And if you do have, like, obviously, if you don't have health insurance and it's expensive, I know America sucks. Okay. There's probably someone watching this in a different country that's like, I got free healthcare. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up, okay? Okay, but go to therapy, go to a psychologist that specialize in trans or LGBTQ issues. I think this can help you figure out one, if hormones are right for you, and also two, why you want hormones. I think that's an important part to like interrogate yourself of like, okay, what, why do I want to go on hormones? You know. Um, Also, thank you, Violet Autumn, for the follow. And it's pretty easy to find like a therapist or psychologist that specializes in LGBTQ care. I like to use a site called Psychology Today. I've used it many times. This isn't even sponsored. Um, but you can literally put in the tag for LGBTQ therapists that are supportive and going to support you. But I think talking to a therapist before you start HRT or even when starting HRT is definitely very helpful and very useful. And I think if you have the ability to do it, you should do it. Obviously, that might not be the case for everyone because seeing psychologists and therapists is expensive. um, I think also another thing that I want to clarify, HRT is not going to solve all your problems. Obviously, this isn't like something that I think is a big issue. Like, I think some, like, obviously, it, like, I don't know, there's like, HRT isn't going to solve all your problems. Like, you're still going to have to work through things. Your dysphoria isn't going to go away like the moment you start taking HRT. That's just the truth. Sure, your dysphoria will probably lessen over time, but you do have to take mental steps and mental processes and make improvements to your life um, if you want to like get better overall and feel more in line with your gender. Like, obviously, HRT is a part of transitioning, it's not the only part of transitioning. Um, does dysphoria ever actually go away? I feel like it depends on the person. But yeah, HRT won't fix all the issues, but it'll give you a big happiness boost over time. Yes, I think HRT can definitely help you in your transition and your mental health overall, but it is not the only factor in helping that throughout your transition. Um, like, I think you need, like, HRT, like, if you're taking HRT, it's not a magical cure all. Like, you're gonna have to, if you want to work on yourself, want to be better, want to get more in line with like your internal gender, you need to do the work. You need to do the mental work, you need to do the physical work. It's HRT isn't just going to like solve that overnight. Also, another thing before I get more into HRT, you don't need HRT to transition. This isn't me telling you not to take HRT. This is me more so saying, like, I see some trans women that they're like, especially trans women in the UK that are on long ass waiting lists to get on HRT, and they completely put off their transition of like, oh, I can't transition until I get on HRT. And I think that's like, you can start your transition, you can start a social transition before you ever start a physical transition. Um, like, you don't need to wait to start HRT to start transitioning. If you start transitioning before HRT, you're still valid. Okay. You're still trans. You're still a woman. Okay. Or femme or non binary. Okay. You're valid either way. I just want to get it out there that, like, you can start your transition before starting HRT. You don't have to wait to start HRT because sometimes waiting for a doctor can take a long time. So yeah, when I went to my endo for the first time, I went fully femme for like 1.5 years, and he was like, "Oh, so you're here for estrogen?" Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's just like, don't hold back your transition just because you're not on HRT yet. Um, yeah. I was gonna add something else. I was gonna um shoot. I was gonna say something else and I completely lost it. I completely forgot it. Yeah. Uh but yes. Okay. So there's different kinds of HRT, okay? There's very many kinds of different HRT. Okay, there's pills, there's patches, there's gels, there's injections. You'll have to talk to this with your doctor, or if you are doing DIY, you'll have to figure this out on your own through like internet forums. But I think there's so I'm going to talk about like what, just out of curiosity, how accessible is HRT. I know it probably varies on state, but generally, I'll get to that in a moment. I'll get to that in a moment. Don't worry, Sane Sage. So I went out to grab coffee and grub with friends, and I'm pretty sure the waiter at the restaurant thought it was a date. Very nice. Okay. So, different types of estrogen. Okay. So, there are pills. Um, the most common form of like oral HRT is estradiol. It's a little blue pill. Obviously, I don't want to show it on stream because of, you know, it is a drug. But it's usually like a little blue pill. Um, there's progesterone, which is usually used in tandem with other hormones. Usually, it's used to help with breast growth, and also helping with your libido. Because sometimes just taking estrogen kind of like crashes your libido. Um, Then there are testosterone blockers, which are usually in pill form. And those are things like spironolactone is the most common, but there's finasteride. There's so many different ones, and um, they all have different reasons why people use them. But the most common is spironolactone. Um, and if you take the pills, there's kind of hormones don't stereotypically make cis women feel better either. Huh? What? Um, yeah. Premarin is another estrogen medication. There are other estrogen medications, but if you're taking estrogen, you should probably be taking bioidentical estrogen, which is estradiol. That's what's recommended by the WPATH and most medical organizations. But if you take the estradiol pills, you can take them in different ways. Some people just swallow them, and other people put them under their tongue and let it dissolve. If you swallow it, your liver tends to process it more, so you tend to get more estrase. But then if you put it on your tongue or under your tongue and let it dissolve, you tend to get more estradiol, which is like pure estrogen, and it tends to go into the bloodstream rather than going through your stomach, through your liver, and then into your bloodstream. Um, there's kind of debates in the trans community about and among doctors of which way works better, sublingually or swallowing. I have tried both. I will say with sublingually, I noticed my energy levels would like spike and then crash really quickly. Um, Also, it was just annoying to deal with, to let it dissolve in your mouth for like 10 minutes. Um, Also, thank you, Tony Could Have Been, for the sub with Twitch Prime. Um, yeah, no energy levels issues. Yeah. And sometimes, too, like my experience with HRT might not be your experience with HRT. Everybody's bodies is different, and everybody's body will process hormones differently. So my experience might not be your experience. But the issue with taking estradiol, is you can't be prescribed it in very high doses. If you are taking it, don't go over 6 milligrams a day, because it can be very harsh on your liver. So usually there's some people, the pills are fine. For me with the pills, I could not get my estrogen levels high enough on the pills. Progesterone, okay? Progesterone helps a lot with breast growth and libido. I haven't really noticed like libido changes, but it has impacted my breast growth. Usually, you don't want to take progesterone until you're about a year in on hormones, because if you start taking it from off the bat, it'll make your boobs look kind of weird. It'll make them kind of a weird shape. I don't know why that is. So usually they say like wait 6 months to a year before you start taking progesterone. Um, Usually progesterone just helps your breast fill out a little bit more. Progesterone also helped me a lot with my like energy levels. And there's two ways you can take progesterone. You can either just swallow it like a regular pill, or you can poke a hole in, like get it wet and poke a hole in it and put it in your anus and do it rectally, which some people swear by. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not shoving it up my anus. And then obviously spironolactone, which is the most common testosterone blocker, just swallow. Um, the next way of getting HRT is estradiol patches. These are just patches that you stick on your skin. Usually you stick them on like your stomach um, or your ass. I have never done patches. Um, so I cannot attest to how well they work or don't work. But pretty much the way patches work is you stick them on. You stick them on like your stomach, and the estrogen just because the patches stay on for like a week, so the estrogen just gets absorbed through your skin. But the thing is, you have to wear patches all the time, so kind of look like you have bandages all the time. So up to you, but you do get a consistent dose of hormones. Um, Next way to take is gels, which there's estradiol gel, Divigel, estrogel, which are common in Europe. Um, in other parts of the world, they don't really prescribe them in the U.S. But pretty much you just rub them on your thigh or your arm, um, and you absorb the estrogen uh, through that way. Again, I've never used gels, so I can't really attest to how well they work. Oh, hi, Pappy. I didn't realize you were streaming till now. Yeah, talking about HRT right now. Wow. And then there are injections, which obviously injections sounds like it is. You inject the estrogen. Is estradiol valerate is the medication. That's what it's called. Estrogens or injections tend to work the best out of all the different methods. But you usually don't want to start off on injections because it's a lot harder to know what levels to go for. So usually you should start off on like patches, gels, or pills because it's easier to start off on a lower dose and then see where to go from there. Whereas injections, you do them once a week, but they're more so like once you like I do my injections once a week, but they're more so for once you kind of work with your doctor to figure out what dosage would work for you. For me, that's like I think it's 2 milliliters. It's like two. I'll insert the video of how to do injections at the end. Obviously, I can't show it on Twitch because I don't want to show myself injecting myself with needles because that could be considered drug use on Twitch. But I'll put it at the end of the video. I've noticed the most of like for me, injections have worked the best. For me, I felt like on pills, my energy level would constantly spike and then dip when I would take them. And also, it was just annoying because I was taking pills 3 times a day. I was taking a 2 milligram in the morning, a 2 milligram in the evening, or a 2 milligram in the afternoon, and a 2 milligram in the evening just to keep my energy levels up. And it was really just annoying, to be honest. And then I would take the spironolactone in the morning and evening, and then the progesterone in the morning and evening. Um, yeah. Yeah. But for me, I have felt that injections have worked the best for me in my energy levels. I haven't really noticed, like, in terms of, like, changes from injections versus pills. Like, I've still noticed the same types of changes. I just feel that injections work better for me for my energy level. And it's also for me, it's easier to just do a shot once every week versus taking a pill 3 times a day. Even though I wasn't missing a pill 3 times a day, it was just annoying because I would always have to carry pills on me. Um, do people consider baking their sperm prior to HRT? That's actually great because I'm actually going to talk about risk that are associated with HRT. So obviously, if you're going on HRT, there's different risk associated with going on HRT. Obviously, it's a drug; it comes with risk, and one of those is potential infertility. That's why some people bank their sperm prior to HRT. I didn't bank my sperm because I don't want bio kids. I'm gonna adopt. I'm gonna be a good mom. I'm gonna be like the best foster mom ever. So that's my plan. I just like, I don't know. I didn't feel like paying shitloads of money to bank my sperm for, because I'm bisexual too. So it's like if I end up with a man, what the fuck am I gonna do with that? That would just be a waste of money. um, Chat, what is sperm? How do I explain this? It's the white stuff that come out of your pee pee. Um, yeah, yeah, um, yeah. Now, other risks that come with HRT. You do have an increased risk for a lot of different cancers. Okay, and you're probably hearing that and going, "Oh my God, cancer!" Okay, it's not as crazy as it sounds. You just are in line with like a cis woman's level for cancer. Like if you are taking estrogen, you have an increased risk of breast cancer. But the increased risk is just being at the cis levels of risk for breast cancer. So a lot of cancers and medical issues that women tend to deal with, you do have a higher risk of things like osteoporosis or breast cancer, but it takes you from just like the cis male norm to the cis female norm. So it's a risk, but it's no different from if you were a cis woman. It does decrease your risk of prostate cancer, though. So, win-win, I guess. um, also, this is a pill-specific issue, risk-related. But you can get liver issues if you are on too high of a dose of the pills, because the pills can be harsh on your liver. Also, thank you, FPTN 514 for the follow. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. Another risk, weight changes. This could be weight loss or weight gain. That just has to deal with like hormones change how your body expresses different things. So that's all genetic. Could cause you to gain weight, could cause you to lose weight, could cause nothing to happen. Any kind of body transformation or even steroid will lead to such. The real question is what doesn't cause cancer nowadays? Yeah, pretty much everything causes cancer nowadays. So, yeah, it's just in line with like the cis female levels. Another risk, energy changes or like energy levels. If your HRT dose is too low or too high, it can affect your energy and your mood pretty drastically. Yeah. Also, if you are taking estrogen, you are also at a higher risk of blood clots, high blood pressure, and high blood sugar. Again, just like the cancer, it just puts you in line with like the cis woman range. Those are kind of like the common risk associated with HRT. Obviously, each medication has its own risk. And if you pick your medication up from the pharmacy, you will obviously get a packet that will tell you the risk, like any medication. So just make sure you read through that like list of what risks there are for what certain medication there are. Will it help with hair growth? It can regrow, like if you have male pattern baldness, it can help grow some of that hair back. And that brings me into my next part, which is changes and benefits that you get from HRT. Obviously, the big one, boobs. Okay, these I don't know if you guys can see these. These these girls, they're natural. They're natural. Very awesome. Okay. HRT does that. Okay. I have C cups, almost D cups. It's basically D cups, but they're not full enough, so I wear a C cup. But yeah, boobs, pretty awesome, pretty cool. I think too, like a lot of people worry about their boob, like worry about, oh, what size boob am I gonna have if I start HRT? And it's dependent on so many factors. It's dependent on your weight, your genetics. You might just be genetically like you just might genetically have small tits, and that's okay. You know, all tits are nice tits. So that's my opinion. So don't be discouraged if you have like small boobs. Okay, still boobs. Okay. Um, Another change, skin and hair changes. Your skin gets a lot softer on estrogen, and your body hair thins out and lightens. Sadly, your facial hair will not change, but the rest of your body hair thins out, and also your like hair on your head and on the rest of your body can change texture. Um, I can tell you from my experience on HRT, my hair used to be a lot not thicker, or I guess like it didn't used to be as straight. My hair is very straight now since being on HRT. It wasn't that it was curly before, it was more just like fluffy. Not fluffy. I don't know how to explain it. My hair is straighter on estrogen, is what I'm trying to say. Um, Another thing that changes on estrogen, um, does estrogen make your hair grow faster? No, it doesn't. Um, can you get pregnant? Only if you're an omega. Sexual functions. One cool thing about taking HRT is it changes your androgynous zones. If you don't know what an androgynous zone, that's just like the areas on your body, your nerves that are sensitive to sensual touch. Um, so it's pretty cool that your nerve endings change to become more sensitive. Um, can you make others pregnant? Yes. Even though HRT might make you infertile, it might not. Weight distribution changes. Obviously, when you go on HRT, your weight tends to get more distributed. Your fat, at least, tends to get more distributed in your butt, boobs, hips, um, more feminine areas, thighs. And also, you will lose muscle mass, which to you might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. Completely depends on the person. Another thing that changes your smell. Like, this was one of the craziest things to me, but taking HRT, I did not expect to change. Like, smell wise, like I don't get BO. It's because your skin produces less sebum on estrogen, so less bacteria grows because bacteria loves to grow on sebum. So very interesting things like that, where like your smell changes. Um, uh, Also, this is another change, which I don't think enough people talk about. But your oral pH changes. So you are at a higher risk of getting cavities. Wow! It puts you in line with like cis women because women do have more acidic saliva. Fun fact, which makes you at higher risk of things like cavities. So make sure you're taking care of your oral hygiene. Also, energy changes. Like I kind of mentioned in risk, your energy can go down, but it can also go up. Um, for me, I noticed like my energy went up on estrogen, like my energy levels, my like brain function. Um, but obviously, I noticed it being more stable and better on injections. And obviously, there's a whole list of other minute changes that, like your face shape changes, your feet shrink, your hands shrink. Um, Trying to think of what are other changes, chat? What are other changes? Um, um, do people get shorter? Some people say they get shorter. I still 5'10". Pretty much the reason why your hands and your feet shrink on estrogen, um, is because like the cartilage in between your bones shrinks. Um, it's also a lot harder to put on muscle mass, once you transition. Um, I think there might be vision changes. I have not had any vision changes. Libido is unique for most people. Yeah, some people have decreases in libido, some people have increases in libido. Um, it all just depends. I feel mine is about the same now that I've like reached like the estrogen levels. I've definitely noticed mine goes in like a cis woman cycle almost. I get horny during certain times of the month. I'm like a werewolf, I guess. Um, so now that I've gone over all that stuff, okay, how do you get on HRT? Okay, I've kind of left this part to the last part because I wanted to get all the risks, the benefits, the changes, before I even talk about how to get on HRT. Because I think you should be informed about what HRT is, how it works, what the risks are before you actually seek it out for yourself. So there's a couple different routes you can go down to get HRT. Obviously, it will depend on your state, your country, all that different stuff. So obviously, there is the W path route, which is the route that I would recommend taking. Pretty much, it requires that you go see a therapist, and then go see a psychologist, and then the psychologist refers you to a doctor, that will prescribe HRT. That is the route that I went down, but it is the most expensive, um, and obviously it's the hardest route to go down because it requires you talking to 3 different medical professionals. But it is the route I would recommend going down. The next route, I don't know if they have this in other countries, but in the US, they have something called informed consent. So sometimes if you go see a doctor that specializes in trans care in the US, or you go to somewhere like Planned Parenthood, they'll give you a form that will pretty much tell you all the risk associated with taking HRT. And you sign a paper and they say, okay, cool, we'll give you HRT. You just got to come in and get your blood work done. And then there is the third method, which I do not recommend doing this method, but if it's your only option, then by all means, go ahead, and that is DIY. Do it yourself. I've heard so many different ways of people doing it themselves. I know a trans woman who is a biochemist who synthesizes her own hormones. How good that works, I don't know. I don't know if I would trust that, but she is a biochemist, so that she kind of specializes in making biochemicals, which is what hormones are. I've heard of people getting them online from different sites, usually shipping them from overseas. I think DIY is the best option if it's your only option. Um, but obviously, there's a lot of risk associated with DIY because you're not getting prescribed the medication. So you have to figure out the dosing on your own, which is kind of scary because if you mess up the dosing, you can mess up a lot about your body. So that's why I say, even if you're doing DIY, get your blood work done. Get your blood work done. Oh my God. Oh my God. And in terms of like dosing your medication, how much you should be taking, that's something you should be talking with your doctor or monitoring your own blood levels to figure out. So yeah, that's HRT. Y'all got any questions about HRT that you want to ask? Any comments that you want to add? Feel free. It's kind of the question and comment section. I guess I can show the medications. So even though I take injections, I still take the testosterone blocker and the progesterone. Which this is what the progesterone looks like. I take 200 milligrams every night. And then this is what spironolactone looks like. Sometimes it's yellow, but this is 50 milligrams. I take one in the morning and one in the evening. And then I do have, even though I don't take the estradiol pills anymore, I still have leftover estradiol pills. They look like this. Usually they're like blue or green. Sometimes they're purple. Also, too, another good thing about hormones is like they're usually fairly cheap and most insurance covers them because a lot of them are generic medicines. And most like hormones for trans women are usually used in cis women and postmenopausal cis women to help with menopause symptoms and stuff like that. So most of them are generic medications that are pretty cheap. Like for me, my estradiol valerate, which is my injection medication, I get 3 vials every month or every 3 months. And it's usually about $90 for those and like maybe $10 or $15 for the needles and the syringes. Spironolactone is usually like $10 for a 3-month supply for me. And then progesterone is usually like $15 for a 3-month supply of me. It might be different if your insurance doesn't cover it. I did have a brief time where my insurance didn't cover my medication. But even then they always had CVS coupons, so I was able always to get it for cheap. And then estradiol for a 3-month supply when I was on estradiol, like the pills, it was like $5 for a 3-month supply. Also too, I did mention like the different like the pills and the injections. I think one of the benefits to injections is you can stockpile the injection. So you're less likely to run out of the injection. It's important to also build yourself up as a person outside of hormones. Yeah, I think that's very important. Like, it's very important that you work on your mental health and physical health on top of hormones. And if you want to get the best effects out of hormones, you need to take care of your body. You need to eat right, okay? You need to exercise. Like, those things will help estrogen in your body. They will help with HRT. And obviously, HRT can't do everything. And also, too, like, everybody's HRT journey is different. So don't compare your your journey with HRT to different trans women. I feel like that kind of sets you up for failure. Focus on your own goals, and feel good about about what you have. I think it's good to work on that. Um, yeah. Um, would you have to take HRT for the rest of your life, even if you get bottom surgery? Yes. That is another thing about HRT. If you do start HRT, um, if you want to continue with like the effects of HRT, you will have to take it for the rest of your life. Obviously, there's things that if you take HRT are irreversible. Like if you take HRT and you grow breast, your breasts aren't gonna go away when you stop taking HRT. Um, but if you still want to like have the feminizing effects of HRT, you will have to be on HRT for the rest of your life. And if you do get bottom surgery, you will especially have to be on HRT for the rest of your life because your body will not produce hormones naturally. Um, do you listen to fentanyl? I don't know who that is. Yeah. Uh, for one am grateful that you started taking them. World needs more happy people. Yeah. Um, let's see. It's also okay if you find out some months in that hormones aren't for you. Nobody is forcing you to continue them. Always listen to what's best for yourself. Yeah, exactly. I know two people that are non-binary that used to identify as trans women. That got to the point where they were like, "Yeah, I don't want to take hormones anymore." Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly normal. It's about like you taking HRT is about you. You don't have to do it to please anyone else. You don't have to do it to be a certain way. And like I said at the start of the video, you don't need HRT to be a trans woman. Um, but obviously, for a lot of trans women like me, HRT is very helpful and beneficial and very gender affirming. Yeah. Um, yeah. You can discontinue anti-androgens after an orchi or SRS. Yeah, that is true. If you get an orchiectomy or uh, like or bottom surgery, you don't need to take testosterone blockers anymore. How do you get over the hesitation to start? Taking HRT is such a big change in both lifestyle and outward presentation. Um, I think you can start with like the outward and lifestyle presentations before even taking HRT. You can start dressing in a way and presenting in a way before even taking HRT. I think your hesitation is not first time chatter is not with um, like your hesitation over HRT. I think your hesitation is over transitioning in general. To me, that's what it sounds like. But obviously, I could be talking out of my ass. Um, yeah. Um, yeah. There are also some femboys who line up with trans women, except for the gender part, and in some cases would be cis and still be happier on hormones. Yeah. Also, guys, I have to pee again. I will come back and talk about hormones. I just got like, holy moly. I drank like a bunch of tea, and now I have to pee so bad. I have to pee so bad. Holy moly. Watch the bird. Watch the bird, you guys. Watch the bird. Oh, also, negative side effect about spironolactone, it is a diuretic. So it makes you have to pee all the fucking time. That's why I pee all the time. Also, because I drink a lot of water. So, which is like, yeah. So, but yeah. Um, yeah. Hi, Pappy. Hi, Boogies. Yeah, welcome in. Um, yeah. Yeah. I'm still pre HRT. I I know that I need estradiol at least. Like I've been dressing more femme and stuff. Yeah, just take it at your own pace. Like I say in all these different trans videos, the best timeline is your timeline. Okay, don't feel like you have to rush your transition or wait for anyone or wait for anything. Like the best timeline is your timeline. Um, Welcome in, Ashley Jade. Welcome in. Um, yeah. Uh, um, Creeper never gets the chair. Yeah, because I like the bird better. I'm a bird enjoyer. Um, I'm going to do cocaine and call it a day. Maybe don't do that. I don't think that's good for you. Actually, I don't think that's good for you. Um, were you already out as trans before you started HRT? Yeah, I'd been out for like a year at that point. Um, I'd been out for like 9 months, or no, 11 months. 11 months before I started HRT, I came out. I guess 12 months for my no, 13 months for my out to my friends, 11 months to my family before I started HRT. Um, yeah. Um, yeah. So you didn't have to hide your body changes from people? Um, well, I didn't tell my I hadn't told my like coworkers or boss until I was like 4 months into HRT. So, yeah. Um, but I wasn't necessarily hiding the changes, I guess. Um, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I guess I never really like felt like I had to hide my identity. Um, yeah. So that's the HRT. That's the HRT presentation. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Wow. Wow. What should we talk about? What should we talk about now? We got a lot to talk about anything. Um, that's dope. You never feel like you had to hide your identity. Yeah. Um, yeah. Um, do minors have any options for HRT with parental permission? Obviously, they have like regular HRT, but they also have puberty blockers. So are you on pills or injections? Mix of both. So I take injections for my estrogen. But obviously I still take progesterone and spironolactone, which are the testosterone blocker and an extra hormone. But I take the pills of those. But my estrogen, I do injections. Um, so I guess it's a mix of both. Hello, the long week is ending. Work dread is setting in. I'm gonna disassociate here. You're welcome to disassociate here. Um, yeah. Hi, new. Hi, new here. Jumped in. I'm on the waiting list for a gender clinic. Got about one more year to go. The wait is horrible. Yeah, that sounds like it sucks ass. I'm guessing you're in the UK. The UK, more like the more like the UK. Oh man, that was funny. British people are gonna love that joke. Yeah, yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good chat, don't you think? Netherlands? Oh, I didn't know they had like a wait system in the Netherlands. But yeah, like I said earlier, you don't have to wait for HRT to start your transition. You can start transitioning socially before you even start HRT. Um, so, but yeah, that's kind of HRT. I feel like I did a good job. I feel like I did a good job. Um, I would recommend socially transitioning if you haven't already. It'll make a stronger case on E. Yeah, yeah. Total wait time was 900 days. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I do like cheesy jokes and YouTube shorts. Yeah, I do. My YouTube, I feel like my YouTube shorts have been doing good. They always do pretty good. I feel like the YouTube shorts do good. The YouTube shorts do good. They didn't do too well on TikTok. They've been doing well on Instagram and Facebook though. So I don't, um, yeah, but pretty cool. Um, my longer vids are finally doing better. Yay! Yay! Very awesome. Good for you. Good for you, Real Talk. Good for you, Real Talk. Um, yeah. Yeah. Uh, I got a vid with 3K views this weekend. Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Um, I'm getting kind of hungry. I need to eat dinner, but at the same time, I'm kind of enjoying streaming. But I don't know what I'm gonna eat for dinner. That's a good question. That is a good question. I do not know what I'm gonna eat for dinner. Sadly, I'm bilingual and English ones are still slacking. Yeah, that's okay though. Sometimes there's ups and downs. Have you thought about doing modeling? I don't really have an interest in doing modeling. Um, yeah. Um, I'd be too good at it. I'd put all the other models out of business. I say that it's more so because like I've had body image issues in the past, and I don't think doing a job that would be solely based on body issues would be good for my mental health. Um, yeah, I went to a high school reunion once. I have a GF and I want to go to a high school reunion once I have a GF and kids. Yeah, I don't ever want to go to a high school reunion. Bro, I don't want to go to my high school reunion. I didn't have friends. Well, I didn't really have friends in high school. So I was like, why would I want to go to reunion with a bunch of people that I, I don't even know or like, and that probably wouldn't even recognize me. Um, yeah. What's that say? Oh wait. Don't worry. I'm saying you can if you wanted to. Yeah. Um, yeah. Did you mention in past streams you had dreams pre-transition where you were always female in them? Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much before I transitioned, whenever I would have dreams, they would either be like a movie where I was like the camera, but like not a participant in like the dream. I It was almost like watching a movie. Um or I was either like a woman in my dreams. So I don't know the psychology behind that, but I guess it's interesting. Yeah. I don't perceive gender when I'm dreaming. Yeah. Another gender method. Gender, I hardly know her. Ooh, that was good. That was good. Well, y'all, I am gonna get off. I'm gonna end stream because I gotta eat dinner. Because I'm hungry. So let's figure out who to raid. Let's figure out who's live, who's live and alive, who's live and kicking, who's alive, who's Fortnite Battle Pass. Oh, so Coastin's live. Let's raid her. Let's raid her. Okay, join the raid, or you will have eternal gas. You'll be farting up a storm. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention about HRT, you stop pooping entirely. Like if you start estrogen, you will never poop again. Like it's kind of crazy how that works, but you stop pooping. All right, guys, gals, non-binary pals, y'all. I'm going bye bye. Well, I'm not going. I'm gonna be back tomorrow.